Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We will continue with a very important topic today, connecting our Nebensätze. Let's go. So last week we had our Nebensätze. In this case, we started with causal. Causal, giving a reason. The so-called connector was weil or da. We finished the video with a little exercise and I told you I will give you the solution today. So let's check it out. Warum kaufst du den Mantel nicht? Ich kaufe ihn nicht, weil er eine hässliche Farbe hat. Warum kannst du mir nicht helfen? Ich kann dir nicht helfen, weil ich leider keine Zeit habe. Warum musst du dich beeilen? Ich muss mich beeilen, weil mein Zug in einer halben Stunde geht. Warum kaufst du Blumen? Ich kaufe Blumen, weil meine Tante Geburtstag hat. Warum ärgerst du dich? Ich ärgere mich, weil Paul immer zu spät kommt. Warum weinst du? Ich weine, weil ich schreckliche Zahnschmerzen habe. Warum gehst du nach Hause? Ich gehe nach Hause, weil ich sehr müde bin. Okay, this is the exercise I gave you before. As you can see, it's getting quite easy when we have our main sentence. Of course, you have to change the object accordingly. For example, den Mantel becomes ihn, mir, dir, dich, mich. Blumen stays Blumen in this case. But we can also say, ich kaufe sie, I buy them. Dich, mich, and nach Hause also stays the same. So we have our main sentence in the beginning, our Hauptsatz. And then we have, of course, weil, always after the comma. And then we have the subject, er, der Mantel, ich, mein Zug, meine Tante, Paul, ich. Those are the subjects on position 2 after the weil. And as we can see, of course, the verb is always at the end, final position. As I told you, we can also put the whole Nebensatz with the weil in the beginning, weil der Mantel eine hässliche Farbe hat. Again, verb is in the final position. Because the coat has an ugly color. But now we have to put the verb of the main sentence in position 1. Kaufe ich ihn nicht. Verb, subject, object. In a normal sentence, it is our typical thing, subject, verb, object. But putting the Nebensatz in front, this changes. Our next topic is similar but not. It is again Nebensätze, but conditional, which is grammarly speaking quite a big deal because we use it so much. So before we had weil, because, but now it's a little bit different. Let's read. Wenn es morgen regnet, gehen wir nicht in den Zoo. Or second option, falls es morgen regnet, gehen wir nicht in den Zoo. Translation is, of course, if it rains tomorrow, we do not go to the zoo. The Nebensatz is, of course, the one that gives the condition, and therefore the one that has the connector, the wenn or the falls. Another option to say the exactly same statement is here. Regnet es morgen, gehen wir nicht in den Zoo. So again, if it rains tomorrow, we won't go to the zoo. Just because we don't have the connection word here in the beginning, it doesn't mean that this is something else. It is still a conditional sentence, konditionaler Nebensatz. We can also put the verb in the beginning and therefore start it with a verb instead of a conjunction. This is it actually. So let's practice. So the exercise here gives you an example. Hast du Zeit? Besuch mich doch. Do you have time? Visit me. This grammar here is imperative, giving an order or an advice. So to put it together, we want to say, if you have time, you can visit me. Wenn du Zeit hast, kannst du mich besuchen. So we have our conjunction, subject, object, verb. So it's a totally different order than we had before. Then we have the comma, and then we have for our second part a verb, subject, object, and verb 2, if needed. So if you want, you can press pause and try with this pattern to do the rest of the exercise. Okay, let's check out the solution, and I made it a little more colorful so you can really see clearly the building. Let's read. Wenn du Hilfe brauchst, kannst du mich anrufen. If you need help, you can call me. Wenn du mich besuchen willst, kannst du dir meine Adresse aufschreiben. If you want to visit me, you can write down my address. Wenn du nach München fahren willst, kannst du mein Auto nehmen. If you want to drive to Munich, you can take my car. Wenn du eine Wohnung suchst, kannst du eine Anzeige aufgeben. When you are looking for a place, an apartment, you can publish an advertisement, an ad. Wenn du die Aufgabe nicht verstehst, kannst du doch die Lehrerin fragen. If you don't understand the task, you can ask the teacher. Wenn du in die Kneipe gehen willst, können wir uns doch treffen. When you want to go to the bar or to the pub, we can meet. Wenn du Urlaub hast, kannst du doch eine Reise machen. When you have vacation, you can do a trip. This is how we build it. And of course, in this example, we have always the Nebensatz in the beginning, the comma, and then we have the Hauptsatz. This doesn't mean there are not other options, but this is this example. Let's go to the next one. Example. Kannst du nicht gut sehen, dann setz dich in die erste Reihe. Wenn du nicht gut sehen kannst, dann musst du dich in die erste Reihe setzen. And now we have like, done? Why do we have this now? Maybe you're confused, maybe you know it already. An option to say a conditional sentence to make it super clear that we have something following as a result is done. In English, we would say when, then. We don't have to say it. I want to make it clear. We can also say, wenn du nicht gut sehen kannst, musst du dich in die erste Reihe setzen. This is completely fine and understandable. As you can see, now even the second example has Modalverben. The first one was you can do this and that if, and this one here is to must. Let's try the next example together. Brauchst du Urlaub? Dann geh zum Chef. You need a vacation? Go to your boss. And now we want to make it conditional. Wenn du Urlaub brauchst, Komma, dann musst du zum Chef gehen. Nothing else. If you know now the order of the words, it will be so easy to do really good and advanced sentences. Let's try the next one. Gefällt dir der Mantel nicht? Dann tausch ihn um. Don't you like the coat? Then exchange it. Wenn der Mantel dir nicht gefällt, dann musst du ihn umtauschen. And of course, the done is optional, just to make it more clear. And the last one, willst du alles verstehen? Dann konzentriere dich. Do you want to understand everything? Then concentrate. Wenn du alles verstehen willst, Modalverb, dann musst du dich konzentrieren. Then you must concentrate. This is it actually. Do you find the order confusing? If so, leave it in the comments below, and I will try to explain it in the comments or in the next video. So as you can see now, if you have a sense for the language already, you will see that we worked now with two different context styles. Both were, of course, conditional and both were advice. The first one was like, if something, something, then you can something, something. This was the first one. Können. The second one was, if something, something, then you must something, something. This was the second one. And now we get a third option how to say or how to use it. Let's see. Du musst mir helfen, sonst werde ich nicht rechtzeitig fertig. The first one means you have to help me. Sonst, an important word. Otherwise, I will not get ready on time. Rechtzeitig, on time. So you must help me. Otherwise, I will not be ready on time. And here we have, of course, a negative thing because of the otherwise. If you don't help me, I won't. And now we have to put it into a conditional sentence to make it even harder for the other person to say no. Let's check it out. Wenn du mir nicht hilfst, werde ich nicht rechtzeitig fertig. If you do not help me, we have to cut off the otherwise because we don't need this opposite expression. And we have again verb, subject, construction, just because in front of the main sentence we have all this thing here. If you're not familiar with what I just said, please go watch my prior video. I cannot emphasize this enough. It's really important, but I cannot repeat it again and again, really detailed. So verb, subject, construction. I will not be on time. Next example. Du musst mir zuhören. You have to listen to me. Andernfalls, same meaning, otherwise, kannst du mich auch nicht verstehen. Otherwise, you cannot understand me. The not is here again. And we have a modal verb and a real verb. So, if, wenn, if you do not listen to me, wenn du mir nicht zuhörst, kannst du mich auch nicht verstehen. You cannot understand me. Kannst du. Again, verb, subject. If we would put the main sentence in the beginning, if you paid attention, you will know what happens. Du kannst mich nicht verstehen, wenn du mir nicht zuhörst. And here we have subject verb for the only reason that we have nothing in front, modifying the sentence, the context, and so on. Subject verb. And then we have the Nebensatz. So an additional thing, as I said, we can put it here. If not, then also not. And don't forget, it's in the beginning, but the main sentence is still the second part without the connection word. So if you want, you can do the last three parts by yourself. We will compare them next time. I know it is a hard thing to do. It's not the easiest. If German would be easy, you wouldn't need a German teacher, which is me, or other people also trying to teach you. So good luck, don't give up, do the exercise, leave your feedback or your questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for your support. You can follow me on Instagram, but also on my little Facebook group. I would like to see you there, and I see you next Sunday, the latest, for this grammar series. Bye.